You're still watching the Eastern Business Report right here on the Afia Business Morning. At the weekend, stakeholders from across the world gathered to sign landmark agreements to deliver 100,000 housing units across the region within the next 10 years. The ambitious project, championed under the Hand of God initiative, has been hailed as a bold step towards tackling Nigeria's deepening house deficits and driving inclusive development in the Southeast. Most state governments in the region have already provided land allocations, though in varying portions, signaling support at different levels of commitment. Still, beyond the celebration lies a set of deeper questions. Will this project truly serve ordinary people, or will it end up benefiting only the affluent? Can private developers and government sustain such an ambitious project across political transitions? And how affordable will these homes really be for the average Southeast family struggling with rising costs of living? Joining me to answer this is Engineer David Nwachukwu. He is the Managing Director of Hand of God Company Limited. Welcome to the program, Engineer David.
Thank you.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm fine.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you, Marvelous. Thank you for having me around too.
You're welcome. So the 100,000 housing units project has been described as a new model for regional development. Beyond all of this, beyond the ceremony and the signing of the MOU that happened on Saturday, firstly, what motivated this decision? And what makes this project different from different housing projects we've heard about that didn't materialize?
Okay, thank you. I was the state chairman of Real Estate Developers Association, and my office lasted for 4 years.
Okay.
And then when our tenure ended, I was asking myself, you've been the state chairman, what achievement can you boast of? And knowing how important our establishment are in housing industry, how can we lead an association like this in the state, and at the end of my tenure, we will not be able to make meaningful impact? I know we achieved one or two things, in the state, but I look at those things as not being too deep, and not the exact thing the public is looking forward to get from us. And as God will have it, when I now was elected as the National Vice President and Chairman of Council in the Southeast, I think I had another opportunity to make some impact in the region. At the center, we are hearing about 17 million housing units deficit. We're hearing it all the while we have been in the industry. And I know if you divide this 17 million to 6 geopolitical zones, Southeast should have at least above 3 million or thereabouts. And we said we have to start making impact. We have about 300 and something registered real estate developers in the Southeast. And we need to put them together to start making impact. That's what informed what we did on Saturday. In the real estate industry, apart from building the house, the off-takers, those who will off-take it, are also a challenge. And we set out to look for partners. Our people where they are, Easterners, and those who live in the East, because they are the one you are going to build the houses for. And that led us to even Igbos in diaspora and all that. So we were able to put up a good number of our different organizations abroad and home here who are home seekers. And we were able to have that agreement we signed on Saturday. They are willing, ready to offtake the houses as we build them. And you notice that the bankers were also there too, both local and foreign, who will participate in the funding of this project. They were also present. We also set out to meet with some of them, and when we get clear right that they will be part of the project, we now have to know that it is time for us to make impact. So we have to call for, getting those documents signed, and every party will know that, yes, we are not joking about it. So the developers are ready for it. And we are very glad with the Southeast governments of the states. You saw them on Saturday. It was very, very encouraging, as we said that Saturday. Every state supported this project. They liked it. They welcomed it because it's a major concern. And we know we can't leave everything in the hands of government. So the role we want the government to play, we agreed that, yes, we will do our best to make sure that these are done. We saw the commissioners. I know once they get back, they'll be talking with their principals. Whatever needs to be fine-tuned, I know they are going to do that. We'll follow up and share that this is done.
During the signing ceremony on Saturday, they said the houses will not only address housing deficits, it will also address health, education. Can you throw more light on that?
Yes. Each of the cities we are going to be creating now, of course, you know that health is part of our normal day-to-day activities. So we are taking care of that too. It's part of the plan to develop healthcare facilities and also educational facilities too. So there are schools and hospitals that are going to be part of what will be constructed. We already have those indicating interest to run these, both local and foreign, when it comes up. And standard that we also we met so that it will meet what they want.
Now, you said during the signing ceremony, I'm using the signing ceremony because,
Yeah.
I mean, that was where a lot of things was were
That's the
unveiled.
first step out.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. That the Enugu State government has given 500 or 50,000?
50,000
50,000 hectares.
plots of land. Plots, yes, not
Beg your
hectares.
pardon.
Yeah.
Plots of land, 50,000 plots of land. And you also said from different
Locations.
yes,
Yeah.
locations. And you also talked about Abia State. You said 10,000. I can't remember how many. But from what was said, Anambra had the list that was given. Why is that?
Well, at the moment, of course, we mentioned what we are already working around with. But that does not mean that we can't expand in a state. We have plans. After the meeting that day, some of the states were coming up to tell us, why are you allocating such a small number of houses to us? I said, well, at the moment, this is all we could be able to source around the state. If the state government changes their mind tomorrow and decides that they want to be fully involved and make land available, because every development starts with land, we will increase. In fact, Anambra is one of the most strategic states in the southeast, and we had hoped that we have more. Why Enugu State is 50,000 is because when we approached them, they saw what we have, they saw the zeal, they saw the passion, they saw the drive. And government encouraged us and said, look, we can help you. And that is exactly what we are preaching. The land is empty and fallow right now. So if you can come and take this portion, start what you are doing here. We will encourage you. They have promised to issue titles, which is also very important in the course, because you had some of the mortgage providing companies on the occasion on Saturday. It's a very big concern, because if you don't have title, the mortgage will not work. Our major focus and targets are not the high and the mighty. Our major focus is the low and middle income earners. Those who cannot ordinarily buy houses, but they have families, they are working. So they are major targets. So if government provides title and they are working, and then there's a ready company, a mortgage company to provide the mortgage for them, you solve their problem. So that's why Enugu has come in to bridge that gap. And we are very grateful to the government of Enugu State for making that land available for this project. It's going to help teaming workers and business people in Enugu State.
You said when you approached the Enugu State governor or government, he gave his full support. He welcomed it. Are you saying you didn't get that reaction from the Anambra State government?
We are not saying that, but what happened in other states was, I believe, in the case of 5, you have to start with. You don't start with everybody at the same time. We've been talking with some commissioners, and there's promises, there's hope that something better than what some of them didn't take us serious, initially when we were coming and all that. But now it has dawned on them that these people are not joking. So talks are ongoing after Saturday program for the other state to adjust, from what has been allocated to them. And we're even saying that, I mean, if the government doesn't have land and we're able to meet with communities, settle them, let government give us title. That's all. So it's a win-win situation for the community, for government, for the developers, and for the off-takers, and for those providing mortgage fund for the construction. Nobody is losing here. So
this project will also be extended to the South-South,
yes,
according to you, and only 2 states we are chosen from the South-South. Why is that? Like
I said, the journey of 1,000 miles must begin with a step.
Why did you decide to choose those states?
At the moment, like I said, you must not cover every ground at once. There are plans, other states are in the second phase. And we truly want to make a statement that is not limited to only Southeast. And that is why we have to bring in some other states outside Southeast, where, Nigeria is a very unique state. So we want to go beyond Southeast and make our statement. That's why I invited my brother, Vice President of South-South, to be in the program, because he also knows that he also needs to play his part in his own region. So talks are ongoing, and the second phase covers most of the states in the South-South and North-Central. Gradually will spread across the nation. The actual intention is to get this across the whole nation. But, you have to start from a point. And I'm from this place. This is where my authority ends at the moment, at the Southeast. So we have to start from where I am.
You've projected a 10-year rollout. Given how political circles change and policies shift, how do you plan to sustain continuity, investor trust, and actual delivery within that time frame?
Yeah, the major events will happen within the shortest period of time. I mean, constructions and all that. But the repayment pattern is what we spread across some of these long-term years. And I believe that there is nobody in Nigeria who, politician, who doesn't like good things. We're not expecting that we'll have hitches, along the way. And again, you see that this actually are solving your people's problem. You're interrupting. We're not expecting that. Everybody wants what will, elevate the masses and all that. So we believe that successive governments will support this project and encourage us to even do more and not, be a kind of blockage on the way.
Okay. Now, housing costs in Enugu is one of the, biggest issues when it comes to, housing in Enugu. Would this be any different? People are worried. If this comes up, it's a good one, it's a good project. But when this project is done and houses are built, will it be affordable for a common Nigerian man?
That's the target. That's the major drive. I say we're not targeting the high and the mighty. We're targeting the low-income earners. Part of the things we are looking forward to see is that anybody that is working, even a roadside mechanic that is making money, will be able to buy a house of his own, even if it's one-room apartment. And that's our target. So it's going to be affordable. It's going to be cheaper than what we have around. We are making arrangements with building material suppliers from the factory. This is not in the market to get to us at a very reduced price. And all these are factors we are looking at that will help bring down the cost of the house. So it's not going to be much. And then we also, why we are getting some funders who have long-time mortgage plans, is also to make it very easy for people to be able to pay over a period of time and own these houses.
All right, thank you so much, Engineer David, for joining us. Do you have any other thing to say before we let you go?
Thank you. We're looking forward to the people of Southeast and those who are dwelling in Southeast to lend their support. It is time to end tenantship. I mean, not totally end it. I know it's not going to be possible, but make so many people who are seeking to own their own homes, I mean, landlords. This is the time. You don't need to have those high millions to own a property anymore with this plan. You only need to have something doing and be willing to be making your monthly payments to the mortgage providers as you earn. But the house you are going to be paying for is your own. So we encourage people who are paying high rent, yearly rent, to look towards the direction. The time to solve these problems have come, and that is now.
All right, thank you so much, Engineer
you.
David.
Thank you.
And that's the much you can take on the Eastern Business Report today. Until I see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. for another edition of the Afia Business Morning, I am Marvelous Apuamaga. Many thanks for staying with us today. And coming up next is Afia. Bye for now.